live feed to come up. Good morning, this is Track Feedback, part 2. Yesterday we did about 10 or 15 tracks. I think I got 7 more in the queue for right now. And before, while I'm waiting for my live feed, I want to take a second to point out the MIXITECTURE members site, courses.mixitecture.com, which is where you can get some free Ableton resources like presets, lessons, hands-on session lessons, built-in guided Ableton projects that teach you how to solve production problems with things like EQing, sidechaining, how to escape the 8-bar loop. And it's free to sign up, so you don't have to use your credit card or anything to join the site. You can get your free user account at the free Ableton resources. And you can also check out any of the other things we got going on, core elements of production, things like sound design, song structure, and mixdown. You can learn about that in there. I started a new lesson on harmony for Ableton users where you learn by doing it and playing by ear, which is super cool. We got Escape the 8-bar loop. We got a whole bunch of sound design lessons on oscillators, filters, envelopes, LFOs, that kind of stuff. Basics of EQ and sidechaining. Thank you, Bo Derev, for that drop. Also, if you're interested in supporting what we do with MIXITECTURE, or what I do with MIXITECTURE, there is a Patreon button on top. It says support MIXITECTURE on Patreon. You can sign up for $10 a month and get access to this custom archive of sounds that I have made for my own tracks. So that's right there on Patreon. And when you sign up for that one, you get access to this product called the Archive. You can only get it from signing up for monthly donations on Patreon, and you get custom basses, subs, drum racks, synths, effects units, and they're all macro mapped with control knobs like you see in that little green and yellow square for easy controls, so you don't have to know a lot of sound design or even a lot of audio engineering. It's just custom built for you to grab these things, play with them, and use them. And you can grab that right here on Patreon and click the button up top. Sign up for $10 a month, which is a fantastically small amount for everything we're doing in the group. We're doing weekly track feedback, live streams on all kinds of Ableton production, usually at noon Eastern time every day, plus weekly emails where I give you Ableton tips and tricks, and you get to be the first to find out about all the new lessons and things. So I want you to sign up and help me support this so I can keep going. Now let's dive into live. Where is my stream? Refresh, refresh. Pretty high energy track for Sunday morning, right? All right, click to expand. Let's go. All right, got audio, got sound. Ricardo, hey, good morning. So let me know where you're coming from, how you're feeling today, where you're at, and let's go back into screen share. And we're gonna be on, there's the group, and here's SoundCloud. So we've been listening to this track from Bo Derev. He's always making trance and doing a bunch of great mixing and mastering and everything. So let me check my EQs are normalized. And, oh, you don't see me. Are we in full screen yet? Or is there a, yeah. Okay, sorry, I just had to make sure we're seeing the same thing. So what are we doing here? We're listening to a track. Let's start from the beginning and see if there's anything that we need to comment on. I already know the mix is sounding pretty good. I'm in headphones, so I'm not 100% sure if the low end is full and deep like it would hear, like it would sound like on a subwoofer. I got some vocal effects on. Hey, 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 hey. Can you hear that vocal effect? Check, 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 check. Thicken it up a little. Hey, hello, Harsha out in Melbourne. How's it going down there? What's it like, nighttime? Probably? Nighttime, shit, yeah. Cool layering with the tambourine coming in. Let me get a comment started. You guys get to watch me type. Doo 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 doo. Where is it? Up here. Maybe I should do these standing up. Make like a DJ booth and just play these tracks standing up. And how's the level too? Let me know if you want this louder. I think I'll bump it up a little bit because I want it louder. Okay. 122. First comment. Oh, let's also check and make sure I don't have a new updated version. Right, yeah. I like the baseline chord progression. You know what we're gonna do? I noticed around 122 the baseline changed. Like in the beginning, it was just did it. One note, no changes, bringing it in. I want to count how many bars it takes for that chord progression to see how long the chord progression is. Okay, it just changed right there. I'm having a hard time picking out where the loop starts. Like if I wanted to, let's say I was using this track in a DJ set and I wanted to start the track exactly where the beginning of the new chord progression is, because we've got like, I don't know, 16 bars or 32 bars of something where the intro is. I feel like it would be useful to have a little tiny clue that the new section is starting, because it's around 107 or 116 or something. Maybe we got to count from where that high, I don't know. Let's count bars. I'm waiting for that tambourine to come in. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6. There's 8 bars. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's interesting. Around 105, there was a little tiny little hi-hat thing that came in that was like a signal of something happening. I'm not sure he's counting bars. Let's just let it keep going. Okay, 142, the bass line starts over. So let's count this out. It's like a 16 bar bass line. 1, 2, 2, 3, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 right here, 17, yeah. Dude is right, in 16 bar chord progressions, and then the melody comes in. Cool. Splash and China. So I'm saying it'd be cool to have a little clue, like right at 142 for where the bassline loop starts, so that when you're queuing up this track to mix it in, you're ready to play it with the 16 bar loop in place so it'll line up. Is there anything at 142? Riser. No, yeah, so at 142 I suggested a little tiny sound like a China or a cymbal splash or splash cymbal. Those are, if you don't know the cymbal names, splash and China cymbals are like specific kinds of metal shapes of cymbals that are smaller, higher pitched, not a big heavy crash, but it's like a little like shh. You hear it a lot in trance as like a little tiny little signal. So an audio clue for the DJs to mix in so we know where we're at in the song form and we can line up our 16s and everything. Let's, I'm happy with the mix. I'm not totally sure what the low end is doing. Let's check this breakdown. Hey, Tom's here, Ricardo's here. How y'all doing? We're gonna go through this breakdown and build up and see how it flows. I was checking out this thing, Electron Model Samples. It's like a little sampler. Notice, did I put my coffee cup on the desk? No, I did not. I put it down low. So if any liquid comes out of that cup, it's going down below all the electronics and no power plugs. All right, melody comes in. We're back from the breakdown towards the buildup. What happens? Okay. .551, dig it. Did you hear, I know I gotta keep interrupting this. Did you hear some bass drops down there around 545? Those beats come in though, right? .45. Okay, so my comment right there was around 6:45. I felt like the lead melody should drop out because I want some bass and beats alone. Let's see if we get that right here. No. Okay, right there. Build up, and that's what I was waiting for. By the way, if anybody has any comments on the mix or the track or whatever, I want to hear what you think. Tell me what you noticed. You might be listening on a better system than me and my headphones. How's the low end? Is the kick drum slamming? Because for me, it's like, I know it's there, but I don't really know where, what it's doing. And we spent a long time on this track already because it was playing for the whole intro, so let me get rid of this. Nice work, Bo. Nice work at Bo. I didn't really make any huge suggestions, but his tracks are always pretty damn close to done. Doink. Hey, Tom, yeah. Try to get one up for next time. Anybody who's here in the live chat, if you have a track in the group this week, let me know, because I want to review your track while you're here so we can actually talk on comments. We got Wesley Walker on deck making some liquid DNB. Jungle Lockdown pre-master loop. What do we got? 4 minutes? So Wesley's making some good shit too. Oh, Harsha said kicks nice and punchy. Okay, good. Thank you for that. Tell me what kind of system you're listening on. Are you on speakers or headphones right now? Or do you have a subwoofer? Or do you own a club and you're bumping it into the club at night? And the other thing is that live streams, you never really know if the audio quality coming across the broadcast is full range like it would be in a, from a record or something. So these are the audio issues of our time. But hopefully as the internet gets better and better, we'll be able to have like perfect HD audio coming through the broadcast system.
Internal lockdown. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Wesley.
Please proceed to internal lockdown.
Okay, let me go back a little bit. I want to level up this intro and put this where I feel like it should be. And let's see if the bass drops at the level we want.
Internal lockdown. I repeat, this is not a drill. Please proceed to internal lockdown.
First impression. Tell me your impression of that drop. I know what I want to say, but I want to hear what you say.
Please proceed to internal lockdown.
44 seconds. Did that drop feel right? Also, Wesley makes a lot of updates, so did we get... Okay, we got the most modern one. Oh, 44. What's the word? Relevant. Oh, cool. So we got some Adam F5s, got some speakers and headphones. Yeah, Tom, I agree. Watch this. I'm going to EQ on my analog board. I got the aux cable coming out, so we're listening to the aux cable on a stereo pair of channels. I'm going to EQ this up with a low-end boost and a lot of high-end. Now let's go back, turn this up.
I repeat, this is not a drill.
Mid-range is nice and loud.
Internal lockdown.
That's what you want, right? So I jacked up the low end. On this mixer, it's the low shelf, the low EQ is at 80 hertz, and the top is at 12K. So a bunch of dBs on there. I mean, what's that like? That's probably a 6 dB boost on the low end and probably 9 dB on the high end to get that really like, Oh no, Gabor said it didn't feel like a drop, more like a start button. Wesley, we're not being harsh. We love you and we want your track to be slamming. I know it's probably an early mix. Pre-master. Okay, cool. Who the hell is this girl? She's not coming to my birthday party. All right, cool. 159. Totally. Oh my God, I love that sound. 209. No, Gabor, that was not offensive at all. That was totally cool. That was
not a drill. Please proceed to internal lockdown. I repeat, this is not a drill. Please proceed to internal lockdown.
Yeah. All right, what about that low guy? What was that? that the right level at 254? Yeah. This is the kind of track I wanted to make when I started producing. You know in Human Traffic, the movie, when they go to the record store and the guy's like, you know, like making that face when he's listening to Jungle, he's like... Ooh, it feels a bit muddy. Okay, so let me undo all my EQ because I just boosted the shit out of that low end. Let's go back to... What was it? 254, right? Now turn your volume up and tell me if it still sounds muddy because I took off my low end EQ. That was a cool drum break. What was that? $328. You make that drum break. Cool. What's that? 228. That would be so much fun to play at a party where you're like with people and you're all kind of like, oh man, screw this lockdown. We're in a basement party. Do you hear that? That is analog audio interference from having this laptop electrically connected to the mixer with the USB cable and the aux cable at the same time. I don't know if you can hear that. A little bit of background noise. Okay, Alan Turubiarte coming out of YouTube with no ads, no ads, no ads. 9 minutes of Kill Them All. Okay. What's this track about? And I'm not sure, did Alan comment on anybody else this week? Because, okay, what is going on with that goat? I'm scrolling down to see if I missed any tracks and also to see if Alan Turabiarte gave any comments on anybody else. Kind of a spacey dark track. I could be wrong, but I'm not seeing any comments from Alan for anybody else. So yeah, I mean, who knows? It might need some work, but I'm not gonna comment on that because if somebody doesn't leave comments, I'm not gonna go very far out of my way to give them comments. We talked about Radu yesterday. Who came in as piano? Oh, Jason Mark Pritchard. He's been with us for a while. He's definitely put a lot of time and energy into the group. So I'm going to review his track, then maybe play through the rest of them. But that's the way it works. When you post a track, if you want feedback, you got to give feedback. Otherwise, it's just going to turn into a spam group, and I'm not having that. So Bumble Chum, what is this track? He does some live performance. Whoa. What are we watching? Let's see it bigger. Oh, Bo is cool. Yeah, you're here. Good, good, good. Nice stereo width on that. I don't know if these are video clips of Jason's performance project or if he got these clips from somewhere else. Okay. That's not from the real movie. I know. In flagrante, huh? I want to stop and comment on this video. This one is really funny to me because they took the time to draw in all the lighting truss. That's like aluminum truss with the cross pieces that you hang all the lights and stuff on. So to make it look like a real film, they're like, let's draw some lighting truss. I really like the stereo width on that bass line. Dude's got a six-pack of stomach muscles, I'll tell you that. So musically, we got a loop and a vocal. Right? And a chord change. Oh, Heinz, they're a Pittsburgh company. So this is a chorus. So right now I'm listening to here, is this a verse chorus song loop with just a couple vocals on top? Is that what we're hearing? Okay, we're back to like the A section. All right, English language on the signs and back. I'm trying to figure out where this is. Self-service ticket machines. Superman. Yeah. Okay, so at the end we got a vocoder. Dance. Has that been going the whole time? No. Yeah. Oh, cool. So that vocoder thing has been going the whole time, but we didn't really make it out. That's cool, actually. Wait, don't go anywhere else. Stay here. Yeah, that vocoder is super cool. I didn't even know it was vocoding until the end. Obviously. Who has suggestions? And I like what Jason said about this one. He was making the workflow in session view with some minor tweaks in the arrangement. And tricky to think in session view at first, but it makes a lot of sense to get a structure together quickly. Quite silly track. Oh, taking some stuff from the chords lessons. Yeah, he's working on the harmonic stuff we're working through, which means taking the baseline notes, building chords on top of them, and then using arpeggiation to make the chords stretch out over time. Pretty cool. Oh, dude, you're here! An exercise in session view. Looks like an exercise in getting sweaty. Ha ha ha. Video is in London. I'm not making fun of you. This is cool as shit. Did you make the backgrounds and the sets and the costumes, or is that from Jim the Dancer? We need to know. I love the mix. Your mixes are sounding really good. The baseline stereo width is awesome. We can't quite make out the vocals in the announcer, but it's kind of okay because it's more about the music and it's not about like a narrator on a track. And the best thing about this track, I think, is that the vocoder comes in at the end and we're like, oh my gosh, I've been hearing that the whole time, didn't even know. Yeah, we need to know who made these costumes and background sets. That is the question of the day, and we're not leaving until you tell us the answer. Check this guy out. And the way you cut the video right there, so 256. Cue the dance. Did they just say that? Did he make that arm motion? Who did the video editing? Right here. That was awesome. And then the eyeballs and the cat, of course, leave nothing to be desired. And there's an LED sign. What does that say? I saw a mouse. Oh. This is pretty interesting and strange. Jason. A box of sugar. He made 550 videos between 2009 and 2016. Video cut. That's pretty cool. This guy would be an amazing kindergarten teacher. I think the entire education industry should learn from Jim the Dancer. Dancing with the skeletons. Wow. I just don't want it to stop. All right, that's an amazing video that goes way beyond anything I was expecting. Oh, Wesley Kitch in the comments. Cool. Wesley, were you with us live when we were listening to your track? That was cool. We liked the drum breaks a lot, and everything was working in your track. So get some mastering on that one. We listened to Radu. Pep one. Work it out. Workout. Okay. Oh, never posted a track before because I never seem to finish them. Common problem. So let's see what we get. Oh, turn this up. Okay. Girl, look at that. Party rock. Girl, look at that. Girl, look at that. Girl, look at that body. When I walk on by, girls be looking like damn fly. I picture the beat, walking down the street in my new freak. Yeah, this is how I roll. Animal print pants out the drum.
It's Red Bull with the big ass bra, and like Bruce Lee, I got the clout, yeah. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out when I walk in the spot. This is what I see. Everybody stops and staring at me. I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it.
Oh yeah.
I'm sexy and I know it.
I don't even remember what the original sounded like in this track.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm at the mall, security just can't fight them all. And when I'm at the beach, I'm in a Speedo trying to tan my cheeks. This is how I roll. Come on, ladies, it's time to go. We headed to the bar, baby, don't be nervous. No shoes, no shirt, and I still get service. Watch. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that.
Look how bad I can type this and still get the results.
Girl, look at that body. I work out when I walk in the spot. This is what I see.
Okay, let's just go back to the original and do a little comparative mixing on what's their sound design, how do they do their breaks and drops, what is going on with this song. I know we're going to get an ad. Our priority at Sprint.com is to make sure you look at the TV screen and make the decision we tell you to make, even using subconscious programming, so that you point to your head and think about your house and click on it with a finger and go to this site. And then you buy stuff from us for no money, but you still get stuff somehow like magic because our logo moves. How'd you like my ad? Okay, that's the attention span we got to work with. So what happens? All right, so the beat comes in super hard, and it tells us what kind of track this is going to be, which is cool.
Girl, look at that.
Let's see if we get a big build up and a drop at a minute.
Girl, look at that. Girl, look at that body. When I walk on by, girls be looking like they're fly. I hip to the beat, walking down the street in my new freak, yeah. This is how I roll, animal print pants out the draw. It's Red Bull with the big ass bra, and like Bruce Lee, I got the clout, yeah. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. I work out when I walk in the spot. This is what I see. Everybody stops and staring at me. I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it. Show it, show it, show it. I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah. When I'm at the mall, security just can't find
Okay,
them all.
let me just read that comment. The mix sounds cool, the sounds are cool, the sound design is cool, everything is in the right world for this type of music. But after reviewing the YouTube original, clearly we don't want to have the main kick drum drop until a minute. You want to have lots of build-ups and lots of moments for us to look at the guy's nutsack in the bikini bottoms. Yeah. 016, cut the hi-hats and claps out. Let's go back to 16 seconds and see what's going on. This is right here. All you need is the vocal and the synth. You do not need hi-hats and claps right there because they kind of they get in the way. If you didn't beat match by now, you shouldn't be playing this track. This is where you beat match. You do the intro. You'd be playing the intro like this, and the audience is like, at the intro, the audience is not hearing the beats. They're just gonna hear it. Yeah, yeah, look at that body. And they hear those little things coming in. They're like, oh, I know this song. I know this song. Then you get right here, and it's like, oh, I'm not hearing the original. This is gonna be interesting. So psychologically, you want people to recognize that it's a remix. They want to recognize the original, but not hear the original, so it's even more exciting. I work out too, yeah. And then my next comment was, right around here, don't have the kick drum in either, because we're going to get a big drop at 1 minute. Don't let them have that kick drum. Use the bass line and the hi-hat. Because remember, if you have the hi-hat out right here, you're not going to hear the hi-hat till it comes in right here. So if this was only bass line and hi-hat right there, it would feel like the track is growing. It would be adding energy. New sounds would be coming in. So like in the build up, vocal and synth only. Next section, bass line and hi-hat come in. As you get closer, the clap and that snare drum roll could come in. Like here, the clap comes in. Let's just go for a ride.
I'm sexy.
Oh my God, I just got freaking blocked. UMG blocked, oh my God, United Music. Look at this. UMG blocked your video because it may contain content they own. Well, then the US copyright law, you are allowed to use references to copyrighted material for educational purposes, which is exactly what I'm doing, comparing song structure and looking at exact timestamps and playing the song in short chunks to demonstrate what they did to make it work. I'm
sexy and I know it.
I don't know if the stream just got cut. Are we still on?
Yeah. When I'm at the mall, security just can't fight them all. And when I'm at the beach, I'm in a speedo trying to tan my cheeks. This is how I roll. Come on, ladies, it's time to go. We headed to the bar, baby.
I'm not sure if I got cut on the stream because of that or what's happening.
Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body.
Maybe I'll stop playing the copyrighted material. All right, we may have just entered into a new zone of not being able to do remixes in this group. CS stream got cut. Okay. So Ecamm finish